Hello, this is the BIack with redirecting, and as you all heard me say before, sometimes you get tired of reporting bad news, but in some cases you've got to say what's going on out here so that our people can be aware and stay alert. Okay, we find ourselves whenever we're going out in public, I don't care where it is, we're looking at everybody. You see, I don't care if you're a little old lady, I'm looking at you. You know, we had an old lady walk up to us the other day. We were at Lowe's. And she says, here, I want to give you this Christmas CD. We said, well, ma'am, we don't celebrate Christmas, so no thank you. We said it very polite. She was a Gentile as well. And so she got a little frustrated. She was like, well, it's a free CD. We said, well, ma'am, we don't listen to Christmas music. And we just proceeded to walk. And she just kind of looked at us like this. Kind of remind me of the old lady from Drag Me to Hell. Because, okay, anyway. Let me get back to the article or the subject of this particular video. Down in Louisiana, there were two white men who, after briefly evading the law, they were jailed after an unprovoked attack on a black woman at a Louisiana Walmart. And so this is why we say we got to be alert, family. We can't assume that anyone is just harmless these days. That's why I said that little old lady looking like the woman from Drag Me to Hell, getting frustrated because we don't want your CD. We said it politely. We weren't rude, you know. But anyway, let me just read some of this article to you, family. And this is just another wake-up call that we have got to stay alert. I don't care who it is. Louisiana authorities have jailed two men they say racially harassed a black woman while she stopped at a Walmart store last month. The man, identified by online users as 22-year-old Dylan Reynolds, doesn't that name sound familiar, and 24-year-old Michael Waters, were wanted on hate crimes charges stemming from the new November 29th incident. West Monroe police posted an image of the suspects on its Facebook page on Tuesday and apprehended the suspects by Thursday with the help of online users. Okay. A police report filed in the incident states the woman had just left a West Monroe store and was loading her items into her car. I mean, how many of us do this? Loading our items into our vehicle, and you have to be on the lookout for some crazed lunatic. Okay. When the two males approached and began terrorizing her, the entire incident was captured on surveillance video. Good, good. While in the parking lot, the victim was yelled at and called the N-word. Officers wrote in the report. The female rushed the items in her car and tried to escape the two white males while they were yelling racial slurs at her. The woman fled the scene in her vehicle. One of the men chased her on foot with an empty shopping buggy, which he rammed into the back of her van as she slowed to clear a speed bump. The cart caused over $1,000 in damage to her vehicle, police said. According to surveillance footage, Reynolds and Walters hopped in a dark gray Dodge Ram 2500 pickup truck and sped off before police arrived. The truck in question was also spotted in a photo on Reynolds' Facebook page, the Monroe News Star reported. Louisiana news outlets report that Reynolds and Walters were booked into Ouachita Correctional Center in Richmond, Louisiana on Thursday and remain in custody as of the next morning. The bond for each suspect is set at $20,000 on hate crime charges. I wish that bond was set higher. So again, these types of incidents, we've got to be very aware, family, especially if you're a woman and you're traveling alone. I really wish we understood the severity of the situations we are faced with to the point where we would travel in groups, okay? And we knew how to deal with subjects such as this. And when I say in groups, I'm not talking about two women, okay? although I know if someone has a gun, that's not going to help you. So we need to start carrying weapons legally too, just like everybody else, to protect ourselves, you see. And you know what I find funny about stuff like this is when so-called black people talk about carrying weapons to protect themselves from things such as this, all of a sudden everyone gets so nervous. I remember there was a news guy who said, oh my goodness, they're talking about carrying weapons. Well, isn't it legal in America to carry weapons? But that shows you the mindset that they have. They don't want us carrying weapons because they don't want us to be able to protect ourselves. They know that not every so-called black person is a criminal, but that is what they like to put in your mind. They only want to highlight the crimes, the black on black crimes, but we never hear anything about white on white crimes, right? But again, family, we've got to start looking after ourselves and after each other, after our families, because these people are on the prowl. And still, no one is going to say that these domestic terrorists are terrorists, but they're going to label everyone else with that. So with that being said, we're going to have to start being more careful, more vigilant, and legally protect ourselves too, because we have that right. And they fight so hard for that right, but as you see, when it comes to us, they don't fight for that right. And so I pray that the Most High, that he would begin to cause these types of incidents to be caught more on film, to where these people who are constantly trying to get away with these crimes, that they won't do that. They won't get away with them, because it's just time right now. It's time for some type of fairness to be had in this world. Our people, we've just got to hold on a little while longer. I know that it's a little frustrating as these things happen, but again, we've got to hold on, family. But we have to be wise. And all that we do, we must be wise, okay? Don't look at these things lightly. Take it very, very serious. And with that, I will say shalom. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.